So 24 in sort of the mathematical world is one of our easily divisible numbers. And we have lots of groups of 8s and 12s, 24, 108. These are numbers that are very auspicious in the South Asian context across Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism. What we know in terms of the way that Jains conceive of this is that there's always 24 and 24 only in every cycle of time. So in every downward cycle of time, we get 24 jinas. In every upward cycle of time, we get 24 jinas. And in our time, the very first one, his name is Rishabha, and he was both the first Tirthankara, or the first Jina, as well as the first king. He was the first lawgiver, and in Jain devotion, he is one of the favorite Jinas, that everyone knows his story, everyone follows him. For the Shvetambratas, they say that his mother was actually the first being to achieve moksha in our time, that she was overcome with bliss seeing her son had achieved the unthinkable, that he had conquered karma itself and became an omniscient Jina, that when she saw him approaching, while she was approaching the great lecture hall called the Samosarana, she was so overcome by that moment, just seeing her son, that she immediately died and achieved liberation. The final Jina, Mahāvīra, was an elder contemporary of the Buddha. Jains say that he lived in the 6th century BCE, and he grew up in a small principality in eastern India as a kind of a prince of a minor kingdom. And his lifelong dream, in fact, even when he was still in the womb, was to become an ascetic. And so he left home after his parents passed away around the age 30, and he wandered in the forest for 12 years, meditating and fasting, and finally he achieved omniscience by conquering his karma. And so the path that he preached for the next 30 years of his life, 40 years of his life, was to tell us how that we could achieve liberation. And so the first and the last are certainly the most popular in terms of Jain devotion. There's also the 23rd Jina, Parsvanatha, who is also very popular in Jain devotion. He has a very interesting story, and we'll look at his pattas here in the exhibit. And he is often shown with a 7-headed serpent over his head because his story culminates with a lifetime of animosity between two people. That he and this person that he's closely tied to go through 7 lifetimes of deep misunderstandings that culminate in the violent murder of the person who would become Parsvanatha. And in Parsvanatha's final lifetime as an ascetic, he's meditating in the forest, and his adversary in this lifetime, called Kamata, tries to rain down just a calamitous storm upon him, and to try to disrupt his final meditation before achieving his omniscience. But Parsvanatha is protected by Dharanendra, who is the king of the Nagas, because he, in a previous lifetime, had saved these snakes from being sacrificed into a fire. And so Dharanendra shelters Parsvanatha and helps him achieve that final meditation that leads to his liberation. And so those are the 3 most popular jinas in terms of Jain devotion.